This is modern homesteading. The Stewardship Forest videos generated a lot of questions, so today I'm going to address a few of those. Dallas, Alberta wrote, "Did you really hit your truck with one of those trees that fell?" Yes, I did. Jim Lee wrote that the Corota handle replacement I did was the worst thing he's ever seen me do in all the videos he's watched. Sackcloth and ashes. Dallas, Alberta wrote, "Hey Cody, did those custom-made boots you ordered come in yet?" Dallas, are you referring to these custom-made boots? Primal Archer 2 wrote, "When you're cleaning up the forest, do you ever take into consideration habitat for small animals?" Christian Vega Vargas wrote, "You need a GoPro camera." I agree with you, Christian. Contact me privately and I'll send you an address at which you can ship it. Nathan Plummer wrote, "What model of steel chainsaw are you running?" The MS-260. If I could have only one saw, this would be my choice. Ross Carlson wrote this, "I don't believe in doing this. It's growing the way, let it grow. You cleaned all its food of the floor. Doing this kills the forest. Let it grow God's way." Well, Ross, have you not read that Adam and Eve were tasked with trimming and taking care of, nurturing the garden? Have you not read that the whole world, animals, plants, everything, groans and travails under the burden of sin? This is not the way God intended us to live. This is not the way it was supposed to be. Sin has not only affected us, but it's affected the animal and the plant kingdom. We have a responsibility to cooperate with God with making things better. We did in the kingdom. We do so even more so now. So, because you don't believe in what we're doing here doesn't mean that it's not the right thing to do. The Hindi wrote, "Whenever I see you managing the forest, Tom Bombadil comes to mind." I don't see the resemblance. Rush Led Zeppelin wrote, "Keep doing this series, I love it." I was a little surprised by that. I heard a lot of positive feedback from the Stewardship Forest series. So let me know if you want that. I almost didn't do it. I was just going to come out here and I thought, well, I've kind of done this all in the past before and it's going to be redundant and it's not something that people are going to be interested in. I forget that there are 400 or 500 people a day joining the channel that haven't gone back and looked at the old catalog, nor will they. And I don't blame them, because I don't always do that when I find a channel that I like. I rarely do it. So some of the things for you guys that have subscribed for a long time, I'll continue to do it if I hear positive feedback. So I will determine whether or not to continue this series based on the comments. Klaus Brooks wrote that I should get a brush axe or hook for small stumps and brush. I agree. I've been looking for one for a long time. So if any of you guys have an old Swedish brush axe that you don't want anymore and would like to see restored and used and taken care of, send it my way. Sandersit Nika asked, "What's the song you played at the end of the video?" Well, the artist's name is Jim Guthrie, and the title track is What a Difference a Day Makes. Mega Tuba wrote, "Why do you need a pruning saw when you have axes, loppers, and a chainsaw?" Well, Mega, the main reason is that it can be used one-handed, and it gives you a nice clean cut. On trees that you want to save, you don't want a raggedy, jagged cut. Oftentimes an axe on the larger branches takes a couple hits, and even so when you do it, you see right there the branch breaks back inside of the tree itself. This is an inroad for bugs and insects and all types of damage, and it's better to have a nice clean cut just a little way off the trunk. Also, the pruning saw, if you carry it in a sheath like this, is always at the ready. If you just need to cut one thing or one branch, it's a lot easier to take this out, get the job done, and continue on than to stop what you're doing, put ear protection on, put eye protection on, go start the saw, all of the rigmarole and drama that comes with that. So it has a place. Wall Wheeler 21 wrote, "That's not a white fir, that's a grand fir." Well, you say tomato, I say tomato. It may be a grand fir where you live, but as far as where I live, it's a white fir. Shotgun Tommy wrote, "What is a spike top and what is a snowbreak?" This is a snowbreak. This happens when a small tree, could be a large tree as well, when it breaks over because of all the weight on the snow will bend it over and snap the trunk, but it will continue to grow. So right here, we can look at this and see that sometime in the life of this tree, probably when it was about this height, there was a heavy snow, it broke the top off, but it continued to grow up. Some trees in heavy snow areas can have 2, 3, even 4 snow breaks in them. A proper woodsman can get an idea in the summertime on how much annual snowfall a place gets, a forest will receive, by looking through the trees and surveying how many of the trees have snow breaks. A spike top is an otherwise healthy green tree that the entire top section of a tree is dead. These are very dangerous when falling, and you should always look for those that can break loose and come down and kill a faller. Christopher Daly wrote, "I cringed when I saw you carrying that spiked stick in the small of your back." What? Dan Ritchie wrote, "Would a stump rot faster if you cut a hole in it so it could fill with water?" No. Tommy Jinks wrote, "What's the best distance between the trees? What's the spacing?" Well, as a rule of thumb for the firs, a drip edge is the farthest set of branches that come out where the water would drip off. About 12 feet between the two. So in all seriousness, I want to make a better effort in videos to acknowledging those of you who contribute to the channel. That's the thing that makes YouTube different than network or cable television, satellite television, and why I think it's so appealing to so many of us is because you have access to the people that are creating the content that you like. And I remember when I was just started making videos on YouTube, and when I would comment on someone who was a big-time YouTuber, that meant a lot to me to receive a response or an email back. And I have not done that as often as I should. So if you enjoyed this video and would like to see more of these, taking some of the questions and user comments at the end of particular videos, I would be happy to do it. I had fun doing it, and just let me know. So I will determine the interest level again from the comments. So thank all of you who have contributed for so many years and continue to watch and support the channel. I really appreciate it. I really appreciate it. And let me know also if you'd like to see more of the forestry type videos, because it can get a bit monotonous, but I'm happy to bring the camera along and continue to make them if the interest is out there. So thank you for watching, and we will see you soon. Dallas, Rush the Jim Guthrie. Jim Guthrie beg of pardon. Rush Led Zeppelin wrote, "I love the series." Tom Bombadil. Bombadil comes to mind. Bombadil. Mega Tuba. Well, Wall Wheeler wrote, "That's not a grand for." Wall Wheeler wrote, "Shotgun." Shotgun